Hi guys, so for the independent classwork for today's class, you're going to complete the following problems and you're going to complete them in the space provided on the right hand side. You're going to choose either even or odd numbers to complete. So for our first part of this, we're going to highlight each term in the polynomial. So here we have 15x as our first term, and then we have a positive 27 as my second term. Okay, what we need to do is we need to find the GCF, which is the greatest common factor of the terms of each polynomial below. Okay, so I wrote this already to the right hand side of 15x plus 27. Now we're going to find factors of both numbers 15 and 27. Okay, so factors of 15 would be 1 times 15 and 3 times 5. Whereas factors of 27 would be 1 times 27 and also 3 times 9. Okay, there is no other things you can multiply by to get to 27, and there is no other things you can multiply to get to 15. That's all listed there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to locate the greatest common factor here. So it's the largest number that both of these numbers share, which is the 3. So 3 would be considered our greatest common factor here. So what you would do is you just plug in 3 here. Alright, for the second part, we're going to factor each polynomial. Again, the first thing we want to do is highlight each term. So I'm going to take my green now, I'm going to highlight the 12x, and I'm going to also highlight the negative 9 in purple. Okay, on the right hand side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to write down our 12x. Make sure that we label our answers here. This one was 31 and this one was 16. So we have 12x minus 9. We need to find factors of 12 and 9. So factors of 12 would be 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and also 3 times 4. Whereas factors of 9 can be 1 times 9 or 3 times 3. Okay, our greatest common factor here is the, again, largest number that both numbers share. So if we look here, I'm going to highlight it in yellow now, our largest number that both share is this 3. So 3 would be considered my greatest common factor. So what we're going to do now is we're going to factor out our greatest common factor, which is our 3. And we're going to undo the distributive property. So in order to do that, we undo the 3, or we factor out the 3 outside the parentheses. And now we have to figure out what times 3 is going to give us 12x. Well, we said earlier that 3 times 4 here is going to give us 12. So we're going to multiply 3 times the 4 inside the parentheses. And we have to multiply by an x because we need to get it to equal out to 12x. And then also inside the parentheses, what can we multiply 3 by to get to negative 9? Well, we said earlier that's a 3. So we're going to take the 3 on the outside of the parentheses and we're going to multiply it by a negative 3. And that is our solution factored out. So it is 3 times 4x minus 3. And there you have your first answer for 31. Alright, so like I said, choose either even or odd to complete for your classwork today, and then at the end your exit ticket is 2 questions that you're going to answer.